Hello, everyone. Always love this little bit of time when Facebook is doing its thing. Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle Falux. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Mimosa with Michelle. How is everyone? If this is your first time watching, welcome. I love to encourage people to, say hi, comment if you have, any thing you'd like to add to the conversation. Please feel free. I do watch the comments, and so I always like to encourage this to be an interactive episode. So please, feel free to say hi and everything if you're watching. And if you're watching on the replay, welcome. Let me know. And again, I come back to the comments there. So no worries if you're not able to catch this live. So how is everyone doing? I actually don't have a mimosa this morning. It is pretty chilly here in Virginia, and it's feeling almost winterish and not just fall. So in lieu of a mimosa, since I'm cold, and also since Halloween is just a few days away, I decided I was going to have tea. So I have my mug here, which this is one of my wonderful mugs for Disney. I'm a Disney fan, if you didn't know that already. And so this represents the poison apple, that Snow White. Oh my goodness. And it changes color. So when there's a hot liquid, you see there's the green, and then when it's black normally. And you can tell just by holding it how cold my hands are, because it turned it black already. So that's what I decided to have this morning. So what are you drinking this morning? I know some of people that watch, definitely are tea drinkers as well. So just curious there. And all right, let's see, what else? So I actually went trout fishing for the first time yesterday. And it's something that I wanted to bring up today as well, since when we go through a cancer diagnosis and you have different states of your new normal, whether that's right after your diagnosis, during treatment, after treatment, during surveillance, you can still have health changes that occur. And for me, oh, I didn't even see. I missed Mom's message. Hi, Mom. Oh, iced tea because it's 80. Yes, it's not 80 here. It's what is it right now? It's 50 right now, although it was in the 40s when I first woke up this morning. And in fact, I just turned the heat on in the house because it was down to 63. And so just trying to a little bit. So trout fishing, accepting new normals. Yes. So for instance, with my cancer, my ocular melanoma, I've had different stages of new normals to accept, because I have had a lot of vision changes in the past 2.5 years. And currently I don't really have a whole lot of vision in my right eye, which is where the tumor was. And so on a vision chart, I can't read the vision chart. I can't see the big E. So I'm down to counting fingers. Who knew that was an actual legit form of measurement? And my depth perception is not the greatest because of that. So there's different states. But one thing that I've definitely committed to is I'm not going to let that stop me from doing what I want to do. So with I've been fishing for a little over a year, and up until this point it was, from a bank, and so it's just, nice solid shoreline. Don't really have to worry about a whole lot. And yeah, so well, so with the trout fishing is, I mean, you actually have waders on, and you're and especially, boots and stuff, and you're actually in the water, and so you're in streams. And so it's, now we're not in like raging rapids or anything like that, but there is some current, going, and there's rocks, and even with the boots that that are made so you have some traction, and but it was interesting. And I went with my husband, and he's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. And he's used to it. He just starts, walking up the stream like it's nobody's business. And I'm here cautiously, uh little step by little step, moving along. And we had a laugh at it, because it's definitely something, oh my goodness, heaven forbid I step wrong and there I go into the water, and who knows what. So, but I didn't let it stop me. I still did it. And I, needed to, do it at a little bit of a slower pace for what I was, comfortable with. And especially, it seems, for some reason, on overcast days, my vision, I'm more aware of blurry spots and things in my vision. So, and it was rainy yesterday and very overcast, and we were at the base of the mountains and low cloud cover. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. It wasn't the greatest, vision wise. But I still did it. And that's one of the things that I just wanted to mention, is not letting a diagnosis doesn't have to stop you from living life and doing things that make you happy. And a lot of times that's what it comes down to, is, for me, is what's going to make me happy. So I just wanted to mention that, since that came up for me yesterday, and I thought that was, something to embrace. And it kind of leads into things with a cancer diagnosis that can seemingly cause all sorts of interruptions in your regular life. Doctor's appointments is a big thing. And for me, I have a round of appointments every 6 months with my ocular oncologists, with getting blood work done, surveillance scans done, and there's a lot of appointments. And for me, and again, this can go back with accepting different normals. Since the end of July, I've been seemingly inundated with doctor's appointments. Instead of having then my little break of time, new things had come up with my eye, like the cataract. And so I needed to have surgery for that. So there was all sorts of appointments around that, regardless of the surgery itself. And now that's identified that I have what's called cystoid macular edema in the back of my eye. And so now I have an appointment coming this Thursday, now that my eye is healed from the cataract surgery, to address what's going now on in the back of the eye. And so I feel like I haven't had a break. And with those of us that are on this journey, it can seem like a huge time suck when we're in the doctor's appointments and we're in scans. And it takes us away from focusing on other things, our family, our friends, our work. And it is difficult. And it's even just like everything else in 2020, it's even more so difficult now if you're having to go to all these appointments and now you have COVID protocols, excuse me, and a lot of times places are not allowing anyone to come with you into the appointment. So that can also be something that's more frustrating. And, I wanted to mention that during the time with these appointments, you can actually adapt it and use it to connect with those areas of your life while you're at the appointments. So something as easily as, say you're going to use that time while you're waiting, there's always waiting, and that you're going to connect with a family member or a friend. So you'll do some texting. And that's something that can easily be done. Maybe you reach out to someone that you haven't spoken with in a while ahead of time and say, hey, I'm going to be at this appointment at 9:30. Would you be available? And obviously not everyone is, but it could be something as a way for you to still be able to connect. Maybe you can bring something with you to read that, it's a book that you enjoy, especially if it's something that makes you happy, brings a sense of, like calm or something else that can also help ease some of the anxiety that you may be having, especially if you're getting imaging done, so scanxiety, to help ease that. So I know, like, when I'm reading, I get, very involved and I'm focused on that. And that can be a way to also help cope and manage some of those other, stressful responses and anxiety that we get. And if you're able to bring anyone with you, maybe it's something that you can ask different people to come with you. Obviously, once COVID-19 is under control, and who knows when that will be, that that might lend a little bit easier. And so that can be something as well, that you could possibly rotate people to join you. I am grateful that the majority of the appointments that I have had, they are understanding, since this revolves around my cancer, that my husband has been allowed to come with me to my appointments. I was also fortunate that I was able to get a medical exception, and he was allowed to come with me into for me to get my surgery. So he was there for, in pre-op and recovery. And, he still had to abide by normal rules that are in place. But I asked about that, and I advocated for myself, since I know how my anxiety raises. So, that's something as well. And at the same time, it also plays into feelings like a burden, which I touched on last week, from feeling like a financial burden. And this time around, it's a different type of burden, because as much as I appreciate him coming with me, and it does give me some calm, um, and we're able to, to just to talk about other things going on and connecting that way. He has to take off work. And I try to schedule my appointments if I can on days that I'm normally not working. Doesn't always work that way. And I am fortunate in that because since I have my own business, I can set my own schedule. So I know that if you're someone that's an employee, that can compound the issues even more with taking time off from your own schedule. So there's a lot that goes into it. And since usually those of us on a journey have more appointments than the average person. And so I just wanted to, bring that up, that there are ways that we can go around it and utilize the time to connect with others and spend time on ourselves to also help manage the stress and the anxiety that we may feel on appointments. So that was just one of another little share that I wanted to do for today. And again, I want to, thank everyone for watching. If any of this resonates with you and you'd like to find out more about receiving support on your own journey, please feel free to message me. You can also schedule a free discovery call and we can, discuss what you're going through and, how I could support you on your journey. I will put the link in the comments here so you can easily schedule that online. And I hope everyone has a good week. Thank you again for watching. Again, my name is Michelle Falux. I'm the owner of Willow Moon Healing and a body mind coach. And have a great week. Have a happy Halloween, however you might be celebrating. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care, everyone.